Maybe your life is already better than you think. You smiled today, more than once, and it was real. But something was there underneath it the whole time. Something that did not leave during the meeting, did not leave during lunch, did not leave when you laughed, when you played, when you sat with the people who love you. It just stayed, quietly, all day. I want to stay with you tonight, not to fix anything, not to explain anything, just to sit with what you have been carrying all day while the world around you did not notice. Because I noticed, and I want to tell you something about it that nobody has said to you yet. There is a specific kind of person in the world, and if you are listening to this, you probably know exactly which kind I mean. The kind who functions perfectly on the outside, who shows up, who does the work, who laughs at the right moments, who asks how you are and means it, who holds things together for the people around them without being asked, who smiles, genuinely smiles, and still carries something that the smile never quite reaches, and most people around them never notice, because the outside is so complete, so present, so capable, that there is no visible evidence of the thing underneath. But then there are the one or two, the rare ones, who look at you not at the smile, not at the capable exterior, but at something behind all of that, and they feel it, without you saying a word, without any visible sign. They just know. Something is there, something is being carried, something that has been there longer than today. And the loneliest moment in any day is when someone who is not one of those rare ones asks how you are. And you say fine and mean it, and don't mean it. Both at the same time. You went through today carrying something the day did not create, something that was there before the alarm went off, something that will be there tomorrow regardless of what today brought or took. Not depression, not sadness in the simple sense. Something more specific than that, more persistent, more quiet, more present. A feeling that something is slightly off, not wrong exactly, just not fully right, like a note that is almost in tune but not quite. And the almost is what makes it harder to name than if it were completely out of tune. Because completely out of tune you can point to. Almost in tune you just carry. And you carried it today, through everything. And nobody knew, except maybe one person, who looked at you once, just once, and felt it without being told. And here is the question that I have been sitting with. The one that changes everything about what this feeling actually is. Not what causes it, what it means. Stay with me. Because the answer is not what you expect. Your mind has been working today, not on the meeting, not on the task, not on the conversation you were having while it was happening, on something else. Simultaneously, underneath everything visible, running a parallel process that never stopped. Never paused for lunch, never took a moment during the sport, or the family time, or the laugh that was real but not complete. Fear about something that has not happened yet. A scenario playing on repeat that may never arrive. A conversation that exists only in the mind, where you said the wrong thing, where something went wrong, where the worst version of a possible future keeps being rehearsed until it feels more real than the actual present, or the plan, the thing you are going to do, the life you are going to build, the version of yourself that is almost ready to arrive. And the planning feels like progress, feels like movement, but the plan never quite becomes the action. And the energy that went into the planning, real energy, signal energy, the frequency itself is spent, gone, on something that has not happened yet and may never need to. The mind is spending your life on things that do not exist. And the life that does exist is passing through you unreceived. And here is what nobody tells you about this. Nobody sits you down and explains the mechanism. So you spend years thinking something is wrong with you, that you are ungrateful, that you should be able to just be present, just enjoy it, just receive the good life that is clearly there. But the mind is not malfunctioning. The mind is doing exactly what it was built to do. It was built at the deepest biological level, before you were born, before your parents were born, before any civilization existed, to scan for threat, to find what is wrong, to locate the danger before it arrives, to protect the organism from what has not happened yet by living inside it constantly. That is not a flaw. That is the design. The mind that worried most survived most. The mind that was always scanning, always preparing, always running the worst-case scenario. That mind kept its body alive when the world was genuinely dangerous every single day. The problem is the world changed. The danger became less constant, less immediate, less physical. But the mind did not receive the update. It is still running the same ancient software, still scanning, still preparing, still spending your signal on threats that exist only in the space between your ears. And now the part that will change how you look at your own life. Not how you think about it, how you actually see it. Stay with this, because what I am about to say is the thing that has been true about your life this entire time, and the mind has been keeping you from knowing it. Think about today, not the feeling underneath it, the actual day. Someone loved you today. Not perfectly, not in the exact way you needed at the exact moment you needed it, but genuinely, in the way they know how, in the way their own frequency allows. Someone in your life today, through a word or a look or simply by being there, was broadcasting something real in your direction, and the mind was somewhere else, in the fear that has not arrived, in the plan that has not moved, in the scenario playing on repeat in a future that does not exist yet. And the love broadcast and found an empty room, not because it was not sent, because you were not there to receive it. The good life is not coming. It is already broadcasting. The mind is just the interference. And this is not about gratitude. I want to be very clear about that. Because gratitude, as it is usually described, count your blessings, think about what you have, that is mind language. That is trying to solve a receiver problem with more thinking. And more thinking is exactly what the receiver does not need. This is about something different, something quieter, something that does not require effort or practice or discipline. It is about the moment, brief, unforced, impossible to manufacture, when the mind stops, just stops, between one thought and the next, between one fear and the next plan. And in that gap, that tiny, impossible gap, something else comes through. The warmth of the room, the sound of someone breathing nearby, The specific quality of the light at a particular hour, the fact that you are here, that this moment is happening, that the body is breathing without being asked, that somewhere in this ordinary, unremarkable moment, the frequency is still broadcasting, unchanged, undamaged, exactly what it always was, and the mind rushes back in. The fear returns, the plan resumes, the almost in tune feeling settles back over everything like a familiar weight. But for that one gap, you received something. Something the mind cannot manufacture and cannot take away once it has been felt. Something that was always broadcasting, that you were too busy being thought at to receive. The life you are waiting to start living started a long time ago, without you noticing. The mind does not refuse to see the good life because it is broken, or because you are broken, or because something went wrong in the wiring. The mind refuses to see the good life because seeing it, really seeing it, fully receiving it would mean something the mind cannot accept. It would mean this is enough, right now, as it is, without the fear being resolved first, without the plan succeeding first, without the almost in tune feeling becoming completely in tune first. And the mind was built on the premise that nothing is ever enough yet. That enough is always one more thing away, one more achievement, one more resolved fear, one more completed plan, one more version of the self that is finally ready to arrive. The mind cannot see the good life because it was built to find what is missing, and a life that is already enough has nothing for it to find. And so it keeps scanning, not out of cruelty, not to make you suffer, just doing the only job it knows, finding what is wrong, locating the threat, running the scenario, planning the response to a future that may never arrive. While the present, the actual life, the love that is there, the warmth that is real, the frequency that has never stopped broadcasting, waits, patiently, without demanding to be noticed, without competing with the mind's noise, just broadcasting, quietly, always. And occasionally, in the gap between one thought and the next, you receive it. Just for a moment, just enough to know it is there. And that moment, that brief, impossible moment of reception, is more real than anything the mind produced all day. More real than the fear, more real than the plan, more real than the almost in tune feeling that followed you from morning to night.